welcome to AGK's Vinyl Life. I'm your host, Anthony K. And it's 2024, and as tradition goes here in the vinyl community, the first video that a lot of people make is the vinyl tag of the year. That's right, it is the vinyl tag 2024 time. I swear I just made the vinyl tag 2023. But yes, that time of year again. The tag has been created the last few years by Rob Walker. I'll leave a link to his channel and to the video about the vinyl tag so you guys can see all the questions for yourself. If you want to make a video for you new people to the VC, it's a great way to introduce yourself to the VC by just doing the vinyl tag. Everybody hops on board. The majority of vinyl community members hop on board and make a video. I enjoy making the vinyl tag video. I was watching vinyl tags before I even joined the VC as a channel. So let's not waste any more time. It's always 20 questions. I've got the 20 questions right here in front of me, and I've got everything set up. So let's just get on with it. Let's do the vinyl tag 2024. So the first question is, favorite record you purchased in 2023? Well, I'm going to do that as the literal question says, rather than, because I do have a favorite album of the year, and those that watch my best of the year video will know what that was. But I'm going to do it as the favorite record I purchased. So this was definitely my favorite purchase of the year, and this was a grail for me. I had wanted this for a couple of years, and it was very, very, very expensive. The most expensive album I've put in my collection ever. And it is the box set of the Showa era soundtracks, 1954 to 1975, the Godzilla Showa era soundtracks box set. This was a grail for me. This was a bucket list item that I had wanted for a couple of years, and I finally pulled the trigger on it this year and picked up this massive box set. And so definitely my favorite purchase of the year. And in that box set, and there is a video on my channel that shows the whole box set. In that box set are the 15 soundtracks for the entire Showa era Godzilla films. These are the cover arts you can see here. I don't know how well you can see it, but I'll just hold it out there. It weighs a ton, guys. It weighs a ton. So it's 15 original soundtracks from all of the Showa era films, all on different colors of vinyl, all with original art. It comes with an art print, as you can see here. Comes with a turntable mat, and it comes with all these various great soundtracks. Total of 15 soundtracks, 18 LPs of music. Godzilla, the Showa era soundtracks box set. That was definitely my favorite purchase of the year, and my most expensive purchase, and a grail for me. So there's question number one. And before I get along to question number two, I got to move this out of the way and bring over my other records, so it's a good time to take a station break. And before that station break, fit check of the day. This is my Mission, or otherwise known as the Mission UK t-shirt from when I went to see the Mission this past year, 2023, when I saw the Mission in October here in Toronto, and I picked up this wonderful Mission t-shirt. So fit check of my video. And the reason why I'm wearing this Mission shirt will become evident in this video. So I'll be right back after this for questions 2 to 20. Stay tuned. And we're back and moving right along now. Question number 2 of the Vinyl Tag 2024. The last record you bought in 2023. Well, that would be this one right here. Slowdive and their great album, Everything is Alive. I actually got this record right here on New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2023. So definitely the last record I bought in 2023. It came out in September. I have been trying to get a copy for a couple of months. Not easy to find. And I finally snagged a copy on New Year's Eve. So you can't get any closer to the wire than New Year's Eve. That's the last record I bought in 2023. A band or singer. Question number 3. A band or singer who released 2 or more albums in the same year. Well, a minute ago I mentioned this Mission t-shirt. Well, the Mission released 2 albums last year in 2023. The first is Live in Buenos Aires. fantastic live album from their recent tour, the same tour that I went to see. So Live in Buenos Aires was released in 2023, and they released another live album, and this one just came out in December of this year on vinyl, and it's Live at Shepherd's Bush, the Mission Live at Shepherd Bush, also from the same tour. So they released 2 live albums in 2023, the Mission, one of my favorite bands of all time. And if that isn't enough, I got a band that released 3 albums in 2023, and they are Baby Metal. And Baby Metal released this one right here, their latest studio album. The other one, this came out in 2023. Then they released a live album from their live tour that I did go to see last year. Baby Metal Begins, the other one, Black Knight. That was album number 2 they released. And album number 3 they released was Baby Metal Begins, the other one, Clear Night. So they actually released 3 LPs in 2023. Going one up. Okay, let's go. Question number 4. If you could only listen to music from one decade, which decade would you choose? You know what? A lot of people are choosing, 70s, 80s, 90s. A lot of people choosing the 70s. The older vinyl community members are veering towards 70s and 80s, and probably certainly the 70s was a big time for me in music. But I'm a guy that always looks forward. I don't look back. And I'm proud to be a vinyl community member that buys equal amounts of music from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. I love it all. I look forward always. So I'm going to say, obviously some of my favorite bands of all time were from the 70s. But if I'm going to pick a decade, if I could only listen to music from one decade, which would you choose? I would choose the 2020s. Because I look forward and I can't wait to see what music comes out in the 2020s. So I'm choosing the 2020s. There's already been some spectacular music in the 2020s, and I can't wait to see what the remaining 6 years of the 2020s have. I look forward, never back. 2020s is my favorite, going to be my decade. If I could only listen to one decade, I want to see what's coming, not what's been. On to question number 5. Show a record by a band or singer from Manchester. Well, like I was just saying, I like to look forward, not back. There's great music in the 2020s, and one of those is this album right here by a fellow from Manchester. His name is Ed Hawkes, otherwise known as Dead Life, and this is God in the Machine. And this is dark synth pop, electronica, with a little bit of techno feel to it. This is a spectacular album. The more I spin this album, the more I love it. This is fantastic. It's a full double LP, 2 records, a full, not a single LP just split into, 2 discs like record companies love to do. This is a full length double LP of fantastic music, and this fellow's from Manchester. So there's my pick for a band or artist from Manchester. Dead Life. God in the Machine. Fantastic album. Number 6. Which band or singer did you listen to the most in 2023? So this circles back to the first question of favorite album you purchased in 23. This is my favorite album of 2023 because I listened to this thing to death, and that is Delain, who I saw in September and was my favorite concert of the year. This is Delain, Dark Waters. This was my number 1 album on my top 20 album countdown. Delain, Dark Waters, symphonic metal, pop metal, just an incredible album. Progressive metal, power metal, a little bit of everything. This was my number 1 album of the year, and I listened to this album more than anything in my library last year, absolutely. But I also listened to this artist like crazy this past year. Even picked up some of their other albums, such as their classic April Rain, which this is a music on vinyl pressing of, and I got a few at the concert. I had this on vinyl, but I got it autographed at the concert. Their Apocalypse and Chill album from 2019. Also, I picked this up at the concert. Also autographed, which was Moonbathers. And one more that I picked up this year and absolutely love is We Are the Others. So I definitely spun more Delain than any other artist this year. And that Dark Waters album, I spun like crazy this year. So that's who did I listen to the most in 2023. Number 7, show 7-inch records. Well, I don't buy a lot of 7-inch records, amazingly. I'm not a big 7-inch guy, but I actually bought more than 7-inch records in 2023. So I'm going to show you just some of the 7-inch spins I bought in 2023. The first, this one just came out like a week before Christmas. U2's brand new single, Atomic City. Atomic City from U2. This came out in the fall. The brand new single from Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden, Afterglow of Ragnarok, which includes a really, really cool comic book inside and has a demo version of If Eternity Should Fail. So brand new single from Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden. That's number 2. Number 3, this was an exclusive website, exclusive limited edition with an alternate cover and on red vinyl. This is a Selena Gomez single soon, a single that she dropped in 2023, and this is an exclusive version of it. So there's number 3. Number 4, the Beatles, Now and Then, backed with Love Me Do. Number 5, Courtney Barnett and Different Now, which was a tribute to the band Chastity Belt. It was backed with Kurt Vidal doing The Time of the Night, also a tribute to the band Chastity Belt. So single number 5. Single number 6, I picked this up at the Mission concert. This is Wayne Hussey, vocalist and guitarist for the Mission. And this is a solo single that I picked up at the concert by Wayne Hussey. And it's got Marion and My Love Will Protect You on it. Wayne Hussey from the Mission. Picked that up in October at the show. And last but not least, one that I found in a flea market. And this could be, this could relate to a question that's coming up about show an album that nobody has. You'll know when we get to that question. But this is my 7-inch single number 7. This is a jukebox version of Herb Alpert and the Tinoonic Brass's Whipped Cream and Other Delights. That's right, this is a jukebox version. In other words, it's a mini LP that they only sold for jukeboxes. It's got, I think it's 3 songs on side 1 and 3 on side 2. So it's a 6-song, 7-inch. As you can see, there's nothing on the back cover. It's in like a cardboard sleeve, almost like an album cover. And these were designed for jukeboxes. So, Whipped Cream and Other Delights, 7-inch single, and very, very rare jukebox mini version of the album. An abbreviated version of the album, 6 songs from the album. So there you go, 7-inch singles. Question number 8. Who's coming to your party? Choose 4 music-related people to come to an imaginary dinner party, past or present. Who would you invite? Well, I decided to invite 4 past artists that have all passed away. The first is, of course, one of my favorite artists of all time, Mr. Phil Lynott. I would have him come the day he died, the day after my birthday back in '86, and I was stunned and shocked and truly saddened by the passing of Phil, as I loved Phil's music. I love Thin Lizzy, so definitely I'd love to sit down at a dinner party with Phil Lynott, for sure, or Lynott, Phil Lynott. And the next one, who wouldn't want to have a party with this guy? Keith Moon from The Who. Who wouldn't want to invite him to a party and have him trash your party? Keith Moon, I think he would just be a blast to have at a party. Keith Moon from The Who, also gone. All these artists are gone. This woman, and now you've got 2 guys. We've got to have a couple girls there too. Olivia Newton-John, my crush when I was a teenager. I love Olivia, voice of an angel. I absolutely love Olivia. And who wouldn't want to have this hottie patati at your dinner party, huh? Look at Olivia here. You just got to have her at a dinner party. So imagine Olivia with Keith Moon and Phil Lynott. But to top it off at the dinner party, we got Olivia, we got the angel Olivia, we got we got Phil, we got the maniac Keith Moon. Why not throw another maniac into the dinner party just to mix things up? How about Wendy O. Williams from the Plasmatics? This is her famous Wow solo album. Let's get Wendy O. Williams. I'd love to bring her to the party. Imagine the chaos with Wendy O. Williams, Keith Moon, and then you got Phil Lynott and Olivia Newton-John. That would be one hell of a dinner party. Question number 9. We lost him. Choose one musician who passed away in 2023. Well, I could have chose some of the obvious big names like Tina Turner, Jeff Beck, so on. I just decided to show one that I don't think I've seen anybody do in their vinyl tag. How about Bernie Marsden from Whitesnake? Yeah, Bernie Marsden, vocals and guitar from Whitesnake. We lost him in 2023. Number 10. If you could could only listen to music from one country, which country would you choose? That's a tough question, because I have artists from a lot of different countries that I love, obviously, and my favorite band of all time comes from the Netherlands. But, I'm going to go with the UK. I'm going to go with the UK just because so many bands when I was growing up came from the UK, though I could have said any country on any other day. I could say another country. But the UK, you had the Beatles, you had Genesis, you had the Who, bands that I was listening to, Nazareth, all the bands that I was really listening to when I was younger were all coming out of the UK, the majority of them. The Clash, it just goes on and on. The list goes on and on. So I'm going to pick the UK for that answer. Name 3 vinyl community channels you discovered in 2023. Well, I honestly didn't discover any new vinyl community channels. I don't get time to watch YouTube like I used to anymore. In fact, I don't even get time. You guys probably noticed on my channel, I didn't make as many videos last year as I've done in previous years because I don't even get time to make my own videos, never mind watch videos. I watched some videos from some of my favorite people like Melinda and my good friend David Michael, Naz Nomad. I still like to watch Frank's videos here and there, but I just don't get time. Richard McCook, some of my favorites, but I don't really get time to go exploring the vinyl community and looking up new channels. The only time I get to watch, YouTube, I get very little time, and when I am watching it, I'm watching Rachel's Ghost show. That takes up enough time in my day watching her show every day for a few minutes. And because I do a lot of streaming, I spend a lot of time on Twitch, and I'm just a busy life. So I didn't discover, unfortunately, any new channels in 2023. Show a record. Number 12. Show a record you bought when you were a teenager. Well, this is an easy one. I bought this when I was a teenager. This is the James Bond 10th Anniversary Album Super Pack. I've shown this many times. I bought this at the age of 13 years old. You can't get any earlier teenage than 13. So I bought this when I was 13 years old. And this was the first full-length 33 1/3 LP I ever bought in my life. And I used to always initial my records because, you take them to parties, whatever. I'd always put my initials on the center labels. And I don't know if you guys can catch that, but right on here, AGK 72. AGK 72. So I was 13 in 72, and I've been AGK since 72. So AGK 72, my first record, full-length 30 album that I ever bought in my life. And this is my original copy. And I bought that when I was 13. Number 13 now. Show a funk or soul record. Well, we're getting back to some great 2023 music, like I said before. I look forward, not back. So this is brand new soul and funk from 2023, and an artist I discovered in 2023, and I've gone back and bought her entire catalog. This is Janelle Monae and The Age of Pleasure, and this placed number 4 in my top 20 albums of the year for 2023. Janelle Monae. This is some great R&B, funk, and soul. So there you go. Question number 14. Show a record you think everyone has, then show a record you think nobody has. Well, I had to go with this one just to jump on the bandwagon because so many people are showing this record. And I swear this is probably the single most shown record for this question. Fleetwood Mac Rumors. Yeah, everybody's got this. Yeah, we all got Fleetwood Mac Rumors. So that was an easy one. But here's a record that probably nobody has. I bought this at the flea market, and I bought it for the jacket, not for the record. This is Strings Staged for Stereo, and it's something to really show off your stereo system, or designed for stereo. It's kind of dinner music. It's actually listen to it, and it actually wasn't bad. It's just your typical dinner music. But the reason I bought this is because check out this cool record jacket. Check out this cool record jacket. This is why I bought it. I bought it for the cool record jacket. So I don't think anybody has that one. So there you go. Strings Staged for Stereo. I'm sure nobody has this album. And who else has one of these jackets? One of these cool jackets. There you go. Show a record that I don't think anybody has. Number 15, She's Great, a record by a female artist you bought in 2023. Well, people know I love my pop. I love my pop divas. I buy a lot of pop. I buy a lot of female artists. But this album came in, once again, we're talking great music in the 2020s. This album came in at number 2 in my top 20 albums of 2023, and it's Kylie Minogue's new album, Tension. Probably her best album, could be her best album ever. Certainly her best album since Fever. Of course, Kylie's been around for like 30 some odd years, and she looks and sounds spectacular still. So Kylie Minogue, Tension from 2023, my number 2 album of the year. Where are we on our list here? We're up to number 16. The favorite video you posted on your channel in 2023 and the favorite video you watched on the VC in 2023. Well, like I said, I don't get time to watch a lot of videos, and I certainly can't remember what the videos I watched, you know. My memory is fading as I get old. So I think I'm just going to go with my favorite video in the VC that I watched in 2023 is the Rachel's Ghost Show, because I try to tune into it for a few minutes every day because she's on 7 days a week. So I'm going to go with Rachel's Ghost. And the favorite video that I posted on my channel, I don't have a favorite video. I'm not really too thrilled or happy with any of the videos I post on my channel. I don't know. I don't like to self-gloryize myself, or whatever you want to say. And whenever I don't know. I don't have a favorite video. I'm not super thrilled with any of the videos I've posted on my channel. I know that sounds kind of negative, but it's just the way I am. If I had a favorite video that I posted on my channel, I guess it's the one that got the most reaction. It would be my Steve Hackett Live at Massey Hall video that I filmed from the third row center stage of Massey Hall, that has had over 15,000 views and scores of positive comments and so on. So I guess that would have to be my favorite video, because it's the one that got the most views and the one that people interacted with the most. As far as content I make, I don't know if I like anything I make. So there you go. Number 17, almost done, guys. Show me a record you describe as a 90s classic. I got to go with one of my favorite bands of all time, or artists of all time, the Pet Shop Boys and Very from 1993. This album for me is a 10 out of 10. There were so many singles on this album. This album was crazy good. So many great songs on this album that, like you say, it sounds like it was everything was a single. And for me, you know, this album spawned, you know, things like Go West was a big single. Dreaming of the Queen, Can You Forgive Her? It had quite a number of singles, but for me, this album, it just 10 out of 10. Every song I know off by heart by this album. So definitely Pet Shop Boys Very for me is what I would call a 90s classic for sure. One of their biggest albums of all time. We're getting there. So, okay, we're now down to number 17. No, that was number 17. We're now into number 18. If I could walk into the cover, look through your collection and choose a record cover you'd like to be part of. If I could walk into a cover, I gotta go with this one, guys. I don't think any red-blooded male would not want to walk into this cover, and maybe a few females too. I'm gonna go with the Mood Mosaic Volume 3, the Sexploitation Edition. It's a comp, a 2LP comp. Who wouldn't want, I had to censor it. Who wouldn't want to walk into this cover, please? If I was going to walk into a cover, I'm going to walk into a cover full. I'm going to walk into this room with all these beautiful naked women. There you go. Yeah, I'm definitely walking into that cover. And I'm going to be doing a video on this Mood Mosaic series very, very soon. It's a spectacular series of music and spectacular album covers. So yeah, I want to walk into that cover. And next to go, 19. It's like a greatest hits. Show a record you're familiar with that feels like it's a greatest hits. Well, I said that about my 90s classic with the Pet Shop Boys, but also this one here, one of my oldest albums I've ever had in my life, goes way, way, way back to my beginning of time with me. This is the Mobile Fidelity version, Santana's debut album. For me, this is like a greatest hits album. Even though it only really had one single, in Evil Ways. For me, just every song on this is on a classic. Waiting, Evil Ways, Shades of Time, Jingo, Persuasion, Treat, You Just Don't Care, Soul Sacrifice. To me, this is just like a greatest hits album. And I learned to play guitar jamming to this album. Last but not least, show me an album that was released in... we're up to the final question. Show me an album that was released in 1974 Those are the 20 questions. Have fun with the questions. Let me know your uploaded response. Oh, I guess I read too far there. Show me an album that was released in 1974. And for that, I'm going to show this album. I'm going to show you two albums. The first is this album here from my favorite band of all time, Golden Earring. This is their Moontan album. Moontan. Now, this was released in 1973 in the Netherlands. But here in Canada and the US, we didn't get it till April of 1974, and we got a completely different version of Moontan. They removed 2 songs from that album. They put a different song on here. They completely changed the track order. We got a completely different version of Moontan here in April of 1974. And this is the album that introduced me to Golden Earring. And of course, people know that Golden Earring are my favorite band of all time. So this is the North American version of Golden Earring's Moontan, with, of course, the classic single Radar Love on it. But this album could be a greatest hits album too. Like, really, Candy's Going Bad, Radar Love, Vanilla Cream, Big Free Blue Sea, Are You Receiving Me? This one could even be a greatest, considered like a greatest hits album. Golden Earring's Moontan from 1974. And just to have one that's officially from 1974 all around, just to show another one, an album I absolutely love. And this is one that a lot of people probably don't have in their collection, relating back to a previous question. I don't think a lot of people have this in their collection. I love this album. It's from Richard Hudson and John Ford, who came from the Strawbs and would go on to create the Monks. But this is their Hudson and Ford's Free Spirit album, and I absolutely love this album. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. I absolutely love this album from 1974, Hudson and Ford Free Spirit. That's the Vinyl Tag 2024. Hopefully, I'll see you guys in 2025 for the Vinyl Tag then. I hope you enjoyed my version of the Vinyl Tag. See you real soon in my next video, which will actually be the Beatles Tag. I'm going to take a stab at the Beatles Tag. See you soon, guys. Rock and roll.